Hello all. Welcome to the GDPR tutorial series, and this video is on the introduction to GDPR. In this video, we shall understand why is GDPR required, what do we mean by GDPR, why it is important, who does it applies to. Additionally, this video will also help you analyze whether it is applicable to your organization or not. Let's get started. Well, before jumping on what GDPR is, let's see why a data protection law is required in the first place. Well, all businesses store and use data as well as customer information in one form or the other. A few organizations use it to study customer insights while a few use it for sales and marketing. The HR might use information for recruitment. A lot of information that is stored and used is personal information. Personal information can be address, email ID, contact number, gender, biometric, etc. Additionally, as the amount of storage of data increases in an organization, the risk of the data being misused increases, as well as the risk of the data ending up with the wrong people increases. The organizations need to ensure that the data is protected all the time. This gives their customers the confidence that they can trust their systems and its technologies. Considering all the above points, the data protection law becomes important. It also becomes important as every person should have a right to privacy of their data and should have a greater control over their own personal data. Having a good data protection law means people have more control over their personal data and all the businesses benefit from a level playing field. Now let's understand what is GDPR. GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. This regulation defines how personal data of EU citizens should be used and safeguarded. GDPR is a legal framework by which the European Union intends to strengthen and unify data protection for all individuals within the European Union. GDPR requires businesses to protect the personal data and privacy of European Union citizens for transactions that occur within EU member states. The objective of GDPR is to motivate organizations worldwide to improve existing technical controls for securing personal information. GDPR replaces and strengthens the earlier existing Data Protection Act. It ensures that the personal data is kept secure. GDPR also holds an organization accountable for the data security. GDPR became effective as on May 25, 2018. GDPR defines the measures data holders must take to protect the data. It emphasizes enforcement expectations. It enables large fines to be levied. It imposes broad disclosure requirements for data security breaches. It imposes new obligations for both controllers and processors of personal data. It places a greater emphasis on accountability, requiring greater documentation and records. Let's look into why is GDPR so important, and why it will be a mistake to ignore it. First is heavy financial liability. The penalties for non-compliance shall be greater of Euro 20 million, or 4% of annual worldwide turnover. Second is loss to brand image or brand equity. Brand reputation is an organization's most valuable asset, which is built over a course of time. Not complying to GDPR might affect your brand image. Third, client requirements. Your clients will want to know that they can trust your organization to protect their personal data, and hence GDPR compliance will be critical to building trust and earning loyalty. Well, since the penalties are huge, let's understand who is subject to GDPR. GDPR will apply to all organizations that control or process data about EU residents. This includes the business has a presence in an EU country, or even if there is no presence in the EU, the company still processes personal data of European residents. If GDPR applies to you, you should ask the following questions to yourself or the right stakeholders to see how well you control your data. Why are you collecting personal data? For what purposes are you collecting the data? How do you get the data? Where do you store it? What do you do with it? How long do you keep it? Where do you send it? I hope the content was useful. Please subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all the upcoming videos. Thank you.